I'm Kabir Kerr from Reform UK. I'm here today in Stow Bedon at the Cherry Tree Farm, Cranswick site. This is a processing centre for 7,000 pigs. It's causing lots of issues in the village, and today I'm going to talk to Ann Cuthbert about those issues. So Ann, tell me about the problems you're facing here in Stow Bedon.
Well, we've had this issue with the Cranswick factory farm here at Stow Bedon called Cherry Tree. That's been built otherwise and in accordance with the approved plans. So lots of the pollution control measures haven't actually been implemented. So that's placed them in breach of the planning regs. But also they've incurred 13 breaches of the Environment Agency permit and nearly 600 complaints because of the resulting pollution in the area.
It's really terrible, and we first spoke a year ago.
Yes.
And we were hopeful that a change of government might change things. Tell me what's happened in the last year since we spoke.
Well, just before the election, we did speak to George Freeman, who is now our MP, and he did promise to help. But he came to see us on one occasion, but then decided he'd just go off and have a word with Cranswick, and we've never heard from him since. I must have written him nearly 60 emails, and actually went to Westminster to see him, but he didn't appear for the appointment, and we've not heard from him at all.
It's so disappointing to hear that, and many people will be thinking, what about the Environment Agency? Have they got involved? Have they helped at all?
Not really, not at all, no. So that's part of the reason seeing our MP is because we wanted him to challenge the agencies like the Environment Agency, as you say, that have got the statutory duties to do something about this. So that would be the Environment Agency, it would be Natural England and Breckland District Council.
Yeah, and that just hasn't happened.
Well, they have issued 2 enforcement notices most recently, so we feel quite positive about that, and the planning officer has recommended refusal for the planning applications, the retrospective ones, but the planning committee meeting won't be until the 30th of September now.
Yeah, that's been pushed back again from May. That's really disappointing. What would you like to see going forward, Anne? What do you think are the next steps that need to happen in order to fix this problem?
I think Cranswick they're going to be compelled to prepare some assessments and say, we can run this place with suitable control measures, which mean that we don't pollute the environment and we don't make the local people sick and really spoil their lives. We can do this. If they can't do that, if they really can't evidence that, then it shouldn't be here. And when I say that, it's not about it shouldn't be here in Stow Bedon, it shouldn't be anywhere. Certainly not in Breckland, certainly not in an area of a special area of conservation.
Absolutely, and when we've seen this problem before in towns like Attleborough and Watton, there has been a solution. They have been able to stop the pollution from affecting people's health. Tell us a little bit about the health problems that people have had in the village.
Well, interestingly, I mean, I've never had a nosebleed in my life, but when we've had periods of intense, 3 or 4 days intense pollution, I've had about 4 nosebleeds, which is really quite a shock for me. My daughter's been prescribed an inhaler, adult daughter, so she's got no underlying respiratory problems. It's just when the pollution plume comes over, she needs the inhaler to breathe properly. Other people in the village, there's one chap whose daughter is autistic, and she suffers from sensory overload when the pigs are screaming, and there's this big wall of pollution. The smell is quite pungent. The ammonia is a very pungent gas. Other people have reported breathing difficulties with underlying issues as well. So it's quite, and I developed on the 13th of June or some time ago facial cellulitis, which is a bacterial infection. Now those 2 types of bacteria are reported to be 61 times higher within the vicinity of these factory farms. Yeah. So I'm saying that there's a link.
It really is awful. I can tell you now, Anne, that if I'm elected as MP for Mid Norfolk, this will be my #1 priority. I will do absolutely everything I can to fix this problem, whether it's pressure on the Environment Agency or Breckland Council. I will do it, and those elections can't come soon enough. So I really hope we can get there. But
well, I don't say this lightly, Kabir, but I actually believe you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.